Hello everyone and welcome back to another book review. First of all, if you're new here, I post new book reviews almost every single day, so if you're looking to follow book reviews or get some reading inspiration, then feel free to stick around. Now let's talk about today's book. Today I am going to be reviewing volume 19 in the series that was recommended to me, Kaguya-sama Love is War. So as you can tell by the fact that I am on volume 19, I have been loving and enjoying this series. I think it is an incredibly funny series. I think the writing is really good. I feel like the author does a good job of balancing the romance and the hijinks so that nothing feels out of balance, and I have been having a great time and I love this recommendation. So this is volume 19, and I'm going to assume if you're watching this review you at least don't care if I talk about things that happened in previous volumes, but as a brief reminder for anyone who may have forgotten the plot thus far, the story revolves around these two individuals who are Shirogane, the student council president, and Shinomiya, the student council vice president. These are the student council president and vice president at an elite high school. They are the best of the best, the cream of the crop, and they are in love with each other. The first half of the series was mostly each of them trying to put the other one in a situation where the other person would be forced to confess to them. Neither one wanted to be the first one to make the first move. They wanted the other person to do it. So they invented these elaborate games in which the other person would be forced to say something. In effect, the one who wasn't going to confess first, the one who held out the longest, was winning. However, there were some changes. The president, Shirogane, decided to study abroad in the United States, or that's what he is going to do for his college year, and he realized that high school has a ticking clock associated with it in a certain sense, that he's not going to be in high school forever, and he wanted to confess to the person that he loved. The two individuals, Kaguya and Shirogane, wind up confessing to each other, and now they are dating. However, as we've been learning through more recent volumes, Kaguya has a very, very strict family life. She's the daughter of a business conglomerate family. She is more or less a pawn in this business family's dealings. They are a very shady family. They do a lot of interesting things, and Kaguya doesn't have as much agency over her own life as her boyfriend Shirogane does. Shirogane is part of a family that is going through some rough times. Their mother walked out on the family, and Shirogane is living with his sister and his sort of interesting father. So most of the series revolves around a betrayal that happened in volume 18, or not really a betrayal that happened in volume 18, but a betrayal that came to our attention in volume 18. So Kaguya Shinomiya has a personal assistant who works with her every single day and is her personal servant and knows everything about her, and Kaguya has just implicitly trusted this personal servant, unaware, and this was what was revealed to us in volume 18, that she was responsible for reporting everything that Kaguya did back to the main family. This kind of explains some of her recent behavior, where she has been avoiding listening to Kaguya talk about her boyfriend because she doesn't want to know anything that she will then have to report back to the main family. She is being vague about her boyfriend, but she doesn't know how much longer she can keep up the act, and she's really, really sick of the lies, the betrayal, the fact that she's having to continue to go behind her back of this woman who trusts her so much, and she decides that she is going to quit and come clean. Now, Kaguya's family is all about strategy and trying to get as much information from other people as possible. So she has some older brothers who are a little bit more in the game. So I guess the way the inheritance works, someone's going to inherit the family business. This is a massive, massive, massive industry, so it could generate a lot of wealth. So her older brothers are fighting over who's going to get the inheritance, and Kaguya is just trying to align herself with the stronger one, or basically that's her real only strategy. I guess daughters can't really inherit a business conglomerate. I don't know what the rules are in Japan, or that's just how their family works, but she's not up for inheritance, but she has three older brothers who then, seeing her personal assistant quitting her job, think that they can pump her for information about Kaguya and use that to her advantage. Everything in Kaguya's life seems very stressful. It seems like everything has to be strategic, has to be thought out, which seems very exhausting, and it's something that we see Shirogane not really understand, because his family doesn't operate like that. I mean, the worst thing he has going on in his family is dealing with his slightly embarrassing but incredibly entertaining father. So it's just two different worlds that they're coming from, and I feel like sometimes they clash and they don't understand each other. But Well, most of this volume was quite serious, and it was talking about this betrayal and Kaguya having to decide to forgive her personal assistant, and her dealing with her brothers and people who are trying to kidnap her, and a bunch of crazy stuff, which they actually never addressed, which I feel like if I was hanging out with a friend and someone tried to kidnap her, I would definitely want to know what was going on, but I guess they're okay with it. I do think that despite all the serious moments, the funniest part happened when we have Shirogane's father. I guess Shirogane's father is also Shirogane, like that's their family name. So Miyuki's father, Miyuki, the student council president, his father, also Shirogane, but I'll just refer to him as Shirogane's dad, decides that he's going to start a YouTube channel to get money. And I think that is the funniest scene. And again, it shows that the author's really good at balancing these serious moments, talking about Kaguya's pretty messed up family life and all the stress that she's under at home, versus this humorous moment where Shirogane and his sister are having to watch their dad start a YouTube channel in their kitchen where he talks about money or he provides advice about things. We also have another ongoing plot. Yu Ishigami is attempting to win people's love and affection in school, and there's debate over which girl he should go to. So there's all these other little subplots going on. I do think the focus of this though was like the conclusion of where they're going with Kaguya Shinomiya's personal assistant. I think that was the main focus of this volume, and I personally found the YouTuber aspect that Shirogane's dad started to also be very, very entertaining. Overall, I really liked this book, and I want to see where this goes in volume 20. I feel like we're closing in on third year of high school. I feel like lots of interesting things could happen in the next couple volumes. I think this kind of wrapped up how they're going to have a personal assistant in the series going forward, which might be a nice change. I think the author maybe just wanted to get her out of that role of like a servant, and I think this was more of a setup volume for future volumes, maybe to just get some things wrapped up or to introduce certain plot lines that the author wants to carry in future volumes. So I'm going to see what happens next. I do have volume 20 out, I believe. I think it's on my dresser. So I will be reading that and doing a review on that. If you've read the series thus far, have any thoughts or comments, or have any series that you would like to recommend that I read, please put it in the comments below. I love to receive them. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.